Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you by generous sponsorship from the Independent Creator Directory. Yes, indecd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, musicians, creatives of all calibers that you can hire to help make your dreams possible. Friends, colleagues, Romans. Lend me your ears. Let me sing you the song of these great individuals who, upon paying a one-time fee to Mr. Joe Bachman, are able to have a place where they don't have to worry about being cast aside on the wobbling winds of misfortune, as can be so easily be done by the bots and the mayhem-inducing monstrosities that lurk on major social media. So if you are looking to hire the best, go there. If you're looking to join the best, go there. All right, we are also made possible by sales of, you guys know this, the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear. All part of the ongoing Historical Fencing Guild's Manuals of Defense series to help you go from from never having held a sword to being able to teach the art to others. And yes, it is ongoing. Expect more in 2024, if not sooner. I'm kind of busy this month. Now, accountability. After I talk about Through the Thinning Veil, because, guys, it's spooky season. You need good book. Read this, buy this, enjoy it, and then put it on your shelf and recommend it to others. And game time is upon us, so the Big Stumpy Robots Core Rulebook, which will be very heavily talked about soon for all your internal explosive needs. Now, accountability. Well, it has been quite a run since last we talked. Yes, indeedy-do. Monday night, my mic anywhere near where it's supposed to be? Not likely. That's okay. It rarely is. Monday night, friends, something beautiful happened. I decided I'm having a little trouble getting to sleep, but having some nerve pain. I'll sit down and check some formatting. on Haints and Hellfire, my currently ongoing being written horror book, because it was supposed to fit inside this happy little volume, but I think it's already longer than this entire volume. That story is not being put in any little anthology. I tell you what. And I sat down and because a lot of it has been written when I am stuck somewhere on my phone. Thank you, Google Docs. Blessed is Google Docs for the convenience. But I have formatting and editing errors, and I looked at it and went, man, that page count feels low. And I realized it was still formatted for 8.5 by 11, not my lovely preferred statement size. I love statement size. I feel like you've got a hold of something at statement size, and it packs very nicely with my larger 8.5 by 11 projects. Think about these things, creators. Now, I got writing, and the dangest thing happened. I'm going through and I'm fixing errors, pre-editing because I don't know what I want to write, and as I'm going, I'm kind of skimming the story for, oops, I skipped a sentence there, or I'm missing a word. I do that. It shocks that most of my creations are born from realizing my shirt's inside out. Oh, my shirt's not inside out. My pocket is. Okay. Are born from the glory that is my uncensored stream of thought, much like this program. So I hit the end and I'm like, no. Well, I know what happens next. To which I think I do. Tiki, tiki, tiki. Well, I'll throw a few words down. I look up, it's 11 o'clock. No biggie. They're still settling down because, Xander and I are complete night owls, and Mandy, well, she just goes to sleep and then wakes up to say prayers with us and goes back to sleep. What a dream. I got a few more minutes. Tick, tick, tick. I have, high grade schnackos and beverage. And heaven help me, I had some low tunes going of the vague lo-fi-ish to bossa nova, just chill music, very, very soft because it's late. And I'm in the zone, and I look. My word count now, friends, is well over 10,000 words. I am exceptionally pleased with that. And with the formatting, it's up to about 60 some odd pages. Which, wait, now I can check, because if I know I'm 60 some odd pages, okay, I am not over this, because this one is 74 pages of content. So, numbered. I'm not quite over this whole volume yet, but I'm also nowhere near done. That's not bad. And yes, I write short things. I write short fiction. I write short non-fiction. Bite-sized, or single meal, not full feast courses, usually, of information to get the story or get the stuff out. It's just how I roll. But friends, that I blinked up and it was 3:30. 3:45. I'm like, oh no, I must slunk off like the foul beast lurching towards Bethlehem. Its hour come at last. But that felt good, a bit of flow. Now, on to the assorted Tobers. I realized something. Last year, I made a lot of art with the assorted Tober lists. That is now the 4th, and I started beating myself. I have no idea what I'm doing. I also stressed the living heck out of myself, figuring out October's already a very busy month for me. Halloween, reading The Night in Lonesome October, all the other parts that make spooky season. Why should I, when I am at my most busy and it's beautiful and stuff is going on, threatened myself to chase an arbitrary Tober challenge because it commonly happens. Alas, I should not. It is a trap to steal the joy. If I am not feeling it, I should not do it. I mean, if I am not in the mood to draw, I should not draw. Because anything, well, that's not true. Sometimes forcing through that mood gives you the best stuff you ever had. But I think I need to work on what feels right and not set more stress. Because we need motivation. And I'm all about motivation and formal motivation. I mean, I do 3 times a week accountability that I have to look into the camera and say, hey guys, I didn't do enough and I feel terrible about it. Or I did this, this, and this, and I feel great about it. Just knowing that I could go back in time and see my assorted goofy looks making that happen. But I don't think it's right to let it become something you beat yourself up over. And that's what I've been doing. So I am now chill. I may do a huge art session. In fact, I have a custom extra art video planned because I ran out of time and I really want to do that elemental challenge picture that I did. But forcing myself to do it daily, if a repeated, super structured, this is how it works, day-to-day grind worked for me as a pattern for productivity, well, then I'd probably be working a normal job, wouldn't I? I'd probably be doing things that make a lot more sense, wouldn't I? God, I can't begin to tell you how much my hair distracts me in the morning when it is that puffy. I swear I can feel it. So instead, dear friends, viewers, I'm going to do it my way. And I think that's okay. Now, I want to put a mild shout out a couple days ago. A dear friend, and yes, you're getting a double monologue today. A dear friend who has asked to remain nameless offered advice unsolicited, at least indirectly. And it was really good advice, really good resources for some things that I have challenges with. And very generous of heart and knowledge. And let me in on some things of why they're qualified to give me said advice. I want to talk to him about that because I know a lot of people. I know some really spiritual, really, I almost want to say next level kind of people. Oh, did I freeze? Oh, that's odd. My feed is being very bad, so I apologize if you're having any difficulty whatsoever. I'm gonna mute that. But this person really helped me, and I will not give their name because they asked, and I respect such things. Gets very close to that paper collar that I affectionately tell people I put on. But I know a lot of people who claim holier than thou status. And before some of you get too comfortable, a lot of them are not of traditional religion either. But they still pull the holier than thou. I've watched it happen. Don't come at me. But some of these folks, I swear, that I know, who most people would never guess, as soon as the lights are off, and sometimes straight to their face, you can't really see it, are some of the most Christ-like people I have ever seen. Giving, kind, caring. They may swear like sailors, some of them, or be covered in tats, or have different moralities about different things than you do that have nothing to do with necessarily being a good human being a kind human being. They may not even be the nicest people in the world, but there is an innate goodness of soul that I find lacking in many people who stride forth, beating their chest, expounding on how glorious they are for their relationship with God, how glorious they are for their skill sets, how glorious they are for their notoriety, how you should follow them. And I will tell you this, dear friends, dear viewers, because I consider you my friends, I love you. Even if I don't know you, I love you. I'm allowed to do that because you can't stop me. But pay attention. If you pay attention long enough, people will tell you what they're about. And I'm not saying hate the ones who fail you or fail themselves or aren't what you want. You know, you may have to cut them out. You may have to rebuke them. You may have to say, hey, you are not living up to your potential. But you don't have to hate them. Hate is a whole different thing. Very few things are worth hatred. And because the price of admission is just too high. What does that have to do with creatives? What does that have to do with what we do here? Okay. We're on a journey, friends. We are on a journey of growth. Now, some of us are seeking financial growth. Oh, some of us are seeking spiritual growth. Hold on. You know. But we're all growing. And the thing is, when you're looking to solve a problem, when you're looking to improve, when you're looking to make something better, doesn't matter what. First thing that has to do is it has to start within. You have to control yourself. And then you radiate dealing with problems as they come. This is how somebody deals with a melee combat. This is how somebody deals with a huge mess. You ever wonder how the janitors clean up the truly nightmarish messes relatively quickly overnight? They pick the spot that is either the cause of it or is closest, and they start working towards the cause. They triage a bit. You know, if it's something that's spilling out of something, stop the spill first and then clean it up. But you move towards the mess consistently and out from an area you control. You stabilize a chunk and move out. You have to stabilize yourself first. You can't clean up a mess as a janitor if you're getting sick in the garbage can because of the smell. So you got to deal with that first. It happens to everybody. You can't help somebody who's been wounded if you're not willing to get into the middle of the mess, find the source and block it off, you know, patch your wound, whatever. And you can't do anything by not paying attention to your state. So you got to pay attention to your state and do what works for you, and then do it. That's the only way to get the job done because it can't get done. And so today, we're going to go through your comments in a bit. I know I'm running late because I'm kind of inspired. I have a lot on my mind, and some of it is viable for this program. I'm going to say today's thoughts are build your world and choose who you populate it with. Because you got to build your world and you got to build it your way, or else it won't work for you. You got to be careful who you populate it with. Build up the best and disregard the rest. And for some people, And for some people, I'm pausing because my feed is actually pausing. We're having really bad internet issues today. We have to walk away from it. And some people we have to build up, and the only way to know who is who. I'm sorry, I can see my video freeze. The only way to know who is who is to pay attention to those around you. And with one other thing, before I go into the rest of the program, to the friends I've lost at distance and the friends who are on the other side of the veil, I miss you and I love you. I don't know if there's Wi-Fi in heaven or whatever. I don't know if my words can reach out beyond the mere scope of this broadcast, but moments like these, I gotta try. I love you. I miss you. If somebody's still on this planet, still tangible, and you care about them and you can talk to them, do so, friends. Because there'll be a time when you can't, one way or another. And if there's somebody that you want to celebrate and talk about, whenever someone passes, people are like, oh, they were such good people. Let's do these monuments to them. That's great and that's noble. But if somebody's really a good person and they mean that much to you, don't wait till they're dead to tell them every day, every chance you get. Speaking of people who could tell you things that are worthwhile, you're going to listen to my buddy, Joe Bachman. And then we'll get to your comments, because your comments are always more interesting than mine. Sorry about the freeze-ups, guys.
Hi, I'm Joe Bachman with the Independent Creator Directory, and we're going to talk about what is the Independent Creators Directory today. Well, this was created so that creators of various disciplines could have a space to list links to their works to promote themselves and also promote other creators that they know. This also gives them a way of having all their links stored so that if by chance they get the ban hammer from any of the major social media networks, they still have a place they can send people to be able to look at what they've created. To become a member, just go to indecd.org, click on Become a Member in the top right. It's a $20 lifetime fee that also includes updates to your page whenever you have new works that come out. All you have to do is contact me. I am the one that sets up your page for you. I am also the one that does all the updates for you. You'll also have access to the back end for a blog if you're wanting that feature. And I can also grant you access to the calendar to be able to add in any events that you may be going to. For any other questions you may have, feel free to reach out to me on Facebook, on the Independent Creator Directory Facebook page, or by emailing me at jbachman@indiecd.org. Thank you and have a great day.
As you too, Joe. Now to get the comments going on this lovely hump day, we are going to go first through the door is Donna Carleen. Hey, Donna, how are you? And I beat the Witsman dude. I'm sure you do. And Alec, sweet. Yes, you are the first one here to keep the mojo in the dojo. Let's take a second and savor that triumph for you, Donna. It's so good. Alex Creations has come right behind a few moments, sobbing. Yes, you did, Donna. Aww. And Alec gets a hug. How's it going? Hugs. It's going okay. Hi, Alec. Got some art done and currently posting on my DA. How are you doing as well? And I'm glad to see you put your art up. That's great. I'm up and have coffee and a Tockert II cigar, so I am good. Well, enjoy your sensory morning there. That sounds really quite pleasant for those who indulge. Good morning. Good morning, Carl. Sorry to be late. I was watching Cosplay Cafe to see Kelly. Wonderful. What a wonderful program. I love the variety that independent shows can put out. And speaking of putting shows out, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. We put a lot of effort around here to keep really great people promoted, and I want more eyes on them. She was interviewing the guy who did her audiobook, and he was dressed as Joker. He did a good job of it. I love it. Accountability from Carl. Yes, let's hear it. No writing done. But I'm giving Keisha Acuff some cover ideas for her cookbook. I am so glad that Keisha is doing a cookbook because she has a really wonderful rural lifestyle. That word is hard for me to say. And I was asking her recently for advice on processing walnuts. I'm sure Don Dulas is somewhere in the chat who will have way too much fun with me saying processing walnuts. But she's one of those people I could see. Why isn't she the next, pioneer kitchen lady? Keisha has a lot of really useful, very practical knowledge, and I am all about the preservation of practical knowledge. That's good, Donna. I'm glad. Just posted on my DA, so I'm going to slide the link into the chat. That's called promotion, Alec, and that's why you have a wrench. Good morning, Carl. Good morning. Oh, good. And Alex Creations puts up DeviantArt.com/Alex Creations art friend-troda-as-a-tiefling and a whole bunch of numbers I am not going to rumble my tongue through. New DA post. Good for you. Where's everyone else? I've been up since dawn. We've had a bit of a slump. A lot of people have been busy, I think, in the mornings, but we'll figure it out. Very nice drawing, Alec. Turns out I'm reliable with the ladies. Most of my viewers are probably relatable. Are women ranging from 18 all the way to 60. Nothing bad with that, IG, but all those views were on a terrible post. I understand that. My entire line is shattered. My algorithm, because I did one post that went viral, and that was because I was one of the first people to react to the news that Stan had died. And I wasn't going to profit off the death of Stan Lee, so I didn't put any links in it. I really should have, because that's what he would have wanted, but I'm more mercenary now. So I understand. Thanks, Carl. Terrible coast? How's it terrible? You haven't. No, terrible. Oh, terrible in the sense that it's hilarious and cursed and should have never been made. Oh, dear. Phyllis, I need to tell you something. I think I'm homosexual, and I'm also addicted to not saying that last bit. Thank you. You got to remember everything that you put online is forever. That's why I'm not in politics. Okay. I was going to say that you can always redo it, but sometimes once it's posted, it's hard to redo. Yeah, it has over 1K views, so I guess it's not going anywhere. Yep. Hey, as long as people like it and you didn't get canceled, you're doing okay. Last chance to run to the washroom and coffee. Yep, that's true. Here we go. Morning. Good morning, Dawn. I'm so glad you made it. And before we get any further, because I'm at a point I can easily find, I need to run an ad. And I think I'm going to run out one. I haven't ran in a bit. I just have to find where it got put. Yeah, the Indie Comics Network, which Monday and Friday have a show immediately following this, which is what keeps my Monday and Friday shows nicely trimmed to about an hour, are doing some great stuff. And since they're not broadcasting on Wednesdays, at least I can do is try to run their ad more consistently on Wednesdays. Shout out to Nita and Daphne for putting out amazing content consistently. Not all of it is family friendly. Some of it is very non-family friendly, and a lot of it is spicy. So be aware, viewers. Much of that's not for you, Alec. You'll have to wait a few years. You have been warned, formally in my grumpy library voice. So you know how serious that is. Anyway. And we're back to here. And there's Dawn. Hey, Dawn. Everybody's happy to see Dawn. More greetings. And Charcoal says, that's my daddy on the intro. Yes, it is. It's a fine intro. I've asked people if they want me to do anything with it, and they're like, no, leave it. It is great. Hello, Nick. Hello, Carl. Glad to see you guys. Thinning Veil may be on our shelf already, or on the books yet to be shelved in this library. I am so honored to be among such privileged people, either in the shelved or unshelved box. This is a fun read, and it is the start of a new era in me where I intend to do most, if not all, my works in large print, because I'm tired of squinting at books, and I don't think you should have to either. Hi, Joe, popping in for a moment to say hi, giving a ride to the engineer I've been working with this year, waiting on him currently. Should be back after I drop him off. Thank you, Joe, and you're doing a kindness to somebody, and I respect that. Waves to Joe B. Sounds good. Talk soon. Yep, hey, Joe. Robin Yoda. Good morning, bunnies. Good morning, Robin Yoda. Now, she has a Twitch station. And I was fortunate enough last night to do very small amounts of writing because I got distracted watching her do a chill stream playing a game called Stardew Valley. Now, I know I usually promote people who have more tangible goods in that a lot of what I promote is, authors and artists and such. But amongst other things, and thoroughly encouraging Robin Yoda among other people who I will start promoting on here that I know. She has a tremendous voice, both for singing and if you get into her chill streams, her chats are very wholesome, very comforting, especially for people who have to deal with having chronic illness and want some support. So I'm very pleased to have her in my chat. I will definitely be running her ad not momentarily, in a bit. I try to keep the ads around the cardinal points of the clock so that people know when they can run to the bathroom if they have to. But yeah, it's great. One of my oldest friends. I hope you're doing very well, Robin. And then there's Amanda in the corner, in the shadows, when you're writing, and she's got sword her back going, finish it. Oh, yes. Amanda is currently on strike. She refuses to read my work in progress till I have a first copy done, which really sabotages my motivation system, because instead of getting Write more, write more, write more. I'm not. I'm ignoring you. I was like, oh gosh. LOL, Alec. Hey, Robin. I'm just drawing this month whenever convenient. See, that's a good way to do it. Hey, Robin. Like every month. The element pick might not have brought you happiness. No, it brought me tremendous happiness and inspiration, but it also brought me clarity because I realized when I do I can never keep a copy of Art and Tales, my anthology of micro short stories with images. It's a great book, but I can never keep a copy on hand. But all my stuff I do is 8.5, 3x5 by 8.5 because this is the size of my travel sketchbooks. Never do anything for just one reason. And with my travel sketchbooks, I was doing the art, scanning it, and then having to downsize it slightly, fight the algorithm because I don't like that resolution and make it go. The element pick is incredible enough that I am going to do a dedicated video to coloring it. And if you guys want to see the first half of it, you don't get to do the art time lapse because I'm not putting that up until it's done. You'll have to go through my art time with Nick video where Dawn and some others inspired it, and you won't find it on DA till it's done. It's very, very good, and it felt like I was popping through a level in my artistic development. So yes. Hi. Robin? Hi, bye, sweet drizzle. Saw no freezing here. Oh, good. Sort of like sailors. Nah, I'm not being called out. It's an homage. First off, my dad sailed with the 7th Fleet. And was in Brownwater Navy in Vietnam. Then I grew up in the Michigan City area school system. I am fully capable of swearing either completely TV clean or straight through the worst bowels of the English language you have ever encountered when properly motivated in a rant. I elect not to do so as a matter of trying to maintain control. I do occasionally slip, but I don't want the loss of control nor the loss of viewership. But I do not hold people who swear regularly with intent negative. Now, there are some people who pepper the F word every other word, and I find that a little okay. You know, it's not the issue with swearing, it's that they swear badly. And if they do it around children, because that's just bad form, or ladies when appropriate. Yes, I know they're old rules, and I don't expect other people to follow them much, but I do hold myself to them. Love is the greatest of these. Share and spread love, and you'll be doing life right. Bless you, Robin. You get it. There's that word again, homage. Here to drop a like, and that like is much appreciated, Joe D. I hope you can stick around and talk about your projects. If not, rest assured your commercial is in the rotation. And everybody's glad to see Joe D in listening mode. So those I missed, apologize. It's okay. Not seeing any issue on that side. That is a great relief to me. Definitely not lagging. Okay, so if you see me freeze, it's because my video is freezing, and it may just be my computer's acting up. They've been doing some updates. And I don't know if you guys can see or hear me, or okay, there we go, or not. So every so often, my whole system is freezing up. Let's see. Carl, is this the link to Lulu or my new book, Conventions Are a Blast? That looks like Conventions Are a Blast. Lulu.com/shop. Donna Carlene. Conventions Are a Blast. Paperback product and then a bunch of gobbledygook. Looks like it. I'll get that added to your IndieCD profile later today. You are a blessing amongst poop storms, Joe. Conventions are a blast. Which is worse, parental interference in your job or a person with a weapon where they shouldn't have one? Working security can be boring, but some conventions are a blast. I heard my name. Lol. Now, twice. Lol. It's an homage, Dawn. There's that word. Oh, and Robin streamed for almost 2 hours last night on her Twitch. Twitch.tv/Robin Yoda. Watch them. I did not know the contents of the game Stardew Valley. It has a lot more depth than I expected. There's a lot more social interaction. It's fascinating to see what calms people as much as what agitates them. And it's really neat to see somebody who's played a game, and it really doesn't matter what, with expertise that they are passionate about. I love that. Speaking of grants and homages, Kickstarter.com/project Mr. Grantastic, Beowulf 1-6, adventure that spans centuries. Go there, follow that. I need to run an ad. It's getting close enough to the quarter of the hour, and I have some promises to keep. So let's start with the promised ads, and we'll just start rattling our way through. There we go.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Yep. From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher is a great project, and it is a great project, great show, and he's just a good guy. And I need, if my system will let me, it is freezing up badly. I want to run this one. I know it's near, but I want to get this out so that you guys can see what I'm talking about with Robin Yoda.
Hi, bunnies. This is Robin Yoda. Just wanting to let you know I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Robin Yoda. You can catch me there Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific playing Stardew Valley, Saturdays at 2 p.m. playing The Sims 4, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific playing a random game from my Game Pass library. You can also find me Mondays on my YouTube channel, Robin Yoda the Lilac Bunny. I hope to see you all there. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Robin, and I'm glad to see you in the chats. And apparently, my net is just doing its random fluctuation thing, so I will do the best I can with what I can. Let's see, we did that, and there's another link to Grant's Beowulf. Thank you, Carl. And Bob, I don't know. Don says, thank you, Carl. And Joe says, I'll be live from the job site Saturday on Stupid O'Clock in LMS, likely. We're doing some, that's Last Man Standing, patching on the interstate. So you all will get to see what it's like at night on the interstate. Be careful, Joe. No watching paint dry? Nope, watching epoxy dry. You're living the dream. Hey, again, Joby. We're using epoxy to refill some failed patches and adding a fine aggregate surface to it for traction. I understand most of what that said. And we're getting the greetings along with sweet drizzle. There are inside jokes. There is lower to this program. Sometimes you have to go back, and sometimes you have to surf the network to get it all. I've said which things that made Ted blush, and he's a sailor. Yeah, Nick slips and swears sometimes when we're talking about my mortal enemies. Reference joke. Yes, occasionally. Swear around, ladies. There are some women who are both ladies and are quite comfortable to swear and swear prodigiously and with style. I, of course, cite two of the ladies I respect highest in celebrity circles, being Dame Judi Dench and Mary Poppins herself. So I'm not going to say it's not appropriate, but there is a time and a place. It must be done with respect. I know how to insult people by using words they don't understand because their brains are too small to know the words. Ha ha! One of my favorite insults I ever witnessed was delivered by a man named Dr. K.R. Johnson. He's a doctor. He was the librarian at PNC, back when it was PNC, the college I attended. He utterly destroyed a young lady who desperately deserved it in such a fashion that she thought she was being complimented. It was divine. I do enjoy collegiate settings because I quite like having to be very quiet and pay attention because I know I am nowhere near the smartest person in the room. And if I just shut up and listen, I can gain a lot of knowledge very quickly and occasionally some small wisdom as well. Let's see. Joe says, almost time for my quarterly doctor appointment to get meds refilled. Going to have to hop off for now so I can hear my name be called. See you later. TTFN, Joe. And we've got see you, Driz. Bye, Joe. You got to get ready for appointment. Everybody for PT. Everybody had a great day. We're losing people left and right. That's okay. I understand you guys are all quite busy, but it looks like we're holding on to the chat still somehow, so I appreciate that. I guess I'll run a ad, and we will see how everyone is doing. If anybody chimes into chat, let's see. I did that ad. Let's see. Let's give you guys a longer one to catch your breath. Yeah, let's run Cindy's because I haven't seen her today. Cindy Koepp is an incredible creator. I keep every episode. I think I need to grab my manatee to show it off. But every episode, I forget. It's hard now because it is a large, fluffy thing that my cats want to cuddle with, much like me. And let's see. Robbie Neo said, "I remember insulting an entire English class with small words they didn't know." That doesn't surprise me at all. Bye, Dawn. Yep. And I have class. Bye. Love y'all. Love you too, Alec. I got in trouble for that one. As you know, I wouldn't say as you should, but sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes just destroying people is worth the backlash, you know? You have to go, is the karma is the juice worth the squeeze? Is the greatest section of karma. And bye. And I'll have to do that cat dad thing soon enough. Well, are you guys telling me tentatively that you guys are bailing on me during a Wednesday show? I can understand that if you guys, it looks like everybody is busy today. Y'all are trying to get me to sit back down and do some writing. I see how it is. Or maybe some art. I am so tempted to fire up my tablet and just turn this into an art stream to see if anybody pays attention. Why not? Like I said, I draw on my own time. Let me see if I can get the system to work. If not, it'll freeze up and it'll crash everything. Sometimes you gotta roll the dice. See, it didn't make any noise, which bothers me because it should have made noise. Is it gonna? Nope. It isn't. Oh. Maybe? Come on. My tablet is a little contrary. I got it used from Luke Stone, and I've had to fight it every time I use it. That. Aha! We have power. Now, do we have the scepter of power? Hey, I understand if you have to do the cat dad thing. So you guys go do your lunchtime. I've gotten very little on my menu today. So if I come over here and I do that, we're going to cross the streams. We are going to cross the streams, I think, if the system lets me. And if it doesn't, it's trying. It's trying. Now, I do plan to do a show just as soon as the new layers function on Paint pops up because I want to try it out. I want to try it out live. Oh, no. You guys have a great day. I'm glad to hear it, Robin. Love watching you draw. And Callie's gently nudging me. I believe it's kitty lunchtime. See everybody Friday. Laters. That's my cue. Sorry, Nick. Everyone have a great day. Nothing to be sorry about. I've had to cut out early at times. You guys can cut out early. It just seems like we've got an opportunity here. And if I have an opportunity and my system will stay stable, I might as well use it. So give me just a moment. We're just going to shift the gears right here. Let's see. Window. See, normally I set this up behind the scenes so I don't have to do this live. But that's okay. I don't mind. And if I'm on this format, I can run commercials for people. Is it working well? And if not, maybe I'll duck out and restart. It seems to be frozen. Yep. I have flown too close to the sun. And my system has completely. My system crashed for a moment. So we're good. Give me a second. Let's try this again. We're going to try and set this up one more time. And if it doesn't, then we are in the land of crashdom. If you ever wonder why my shows are sometimes late, because of this sort of thing happening. Let me close this. And, I don't mind, though, because I wish you guys could see me going through the... there we go. That feels a lot better. Maybe? Okay, I am stopping my camera because if I do that, it's less strain on the system. And let's do some artwork, shall we? And since we're here, let me look at what page size I want. I want a big one, and I want a lot to play with. No, I don't. Let's keep things a little more traditional, and we'll just do some of next week's art later. So what shall we do? You guys don't usually get art time with Nick. I'm feeling like doing some art. Let's do some art. It's Halloweeny, so let's do some art. Do I want to do a character design, or I'll do this just like I normally do my art time show. Yeah, folks, we've switched over to basically art time with Nick. So what we'll do is let's see if I can't fall into the what's that? Art time with Nick. Yes, we are going full bore, which means I get my tunes. Oh, yeah. Down to a complete shift in the flow of conversation. We're going straight into art time with Nick. Well, because I'm in the mood and I've got an audience and I just feel like shifting gears and slowing down. So, art time with Nick, we'll start with the traditional, we need a nice sky, and I might just go a little old school with it, go blue. I'm using the sprayer brush, and I'm rocking at around 150, and let's go big with this, 100, and we'll just lay that out nice and horizontal. Now, by playing with how thick I lay the pressure on my airbrush, I can get the implication of distant clouds. This is one of my favorite things to do. And if anybody else comes in, well, they'll find that Nevermind the Furthermore has been subsumed by an unexpected art time Nick. If my system allows me to. Which, there we go. We're just going to work this over if it lets us. Oh wow, we do have a bit of delay. There we go. I don't know why my system is having such problems today. It must have an update coming. But your background, you want a nice, light, wispy. It's still going to be autumny, but I want to keep a rough feel for it. So I'm going to add some clouds and just light circle them in. Again, I'm using the airbrush, and it's going to blend in with the other lines. Nice, easy, kind of floofy guys. Very chill. I like to open up any art program I do. Ooh. And Robin, because she's still here, we're still doing the show. This reminds me of the time Erica Holbrook called me Witchy Elf Mom at SakuraCon. You are living, you're not wrong. And there might be some imagery generated on that front too. But let's just throw a nice October-y warm sky in the background. And I'm going to go to my heavy ink. I'm going to give myself another layer to play on. So I'm on a normal layer. And let's just get really, really deep into the realm of Rossian physics here. That is, the cloud is humped a little bit, so I want to put the peak of the mountain by where at least the cloud's hump is, because that means it's gone over it. And we're just cutting this in with a very smooth gray. And then after this, yeah, you know what? Why not, guys? We're going to pull our lines down. Remember, whenever you're drawing mountains, you really want to keep the flow. Mountains are not stationary. Mountains are gravitational. And we've switched over to art time with Nick because everybody had to go and I don't. So, well, not everybody. I'm still joined by Robin Yoda in the chat. And one of these days, I'm just going to send her a link when she's feeling very chatty and motivated, and let her join me in the studio so that she can talk, because I haven't talked to her in a while in real stream. Now, I've thrown a lot of dark around. I'm going to throw a lot more. But I want this nice mountain in the background. And we're trying to keep the gravity. Now I'm going to grab my blend tool. And I'm just, oops, that's a big blend tool. I was doing a big project last night. And it froze up on me. So mountains here are weather makers. Absolutely. I probably should have drawn Goofy Corn because, you know. Oh, I know what happened. I hit the wrong button. No, I'm still on the blend, but it sure feels blurrier today. I don't know why it's acting so weird. Let's go to the fingertip and see if I can get my streakiness. There we go. Get some more streakiness. I just think it's the size of the blend. Let's see. Yeah, size of the blend's getting me. But we'll pull that down. Now the softness is acceptable because the softness is going to keep that slightly distant out of focus feeling. I recently was discussing the differences of art, you know, that artists create in AI, and what people brought up that will use digital tools. So, you know, is that any different? And I say absolutely, because I'm still telling the tool what to do. I'm just going to spread this down. And I'm not too worried about the lowest part of it, because the lowest part will be covered by the next layer. But I do like a good base feel. And a little bit of fogginess coming off the mountain, especially if you time it with the flow of the clouds, gives you that sense of, as Robin said, the change. They are mountain weather makers. Now I need to come back here to my airbrush tool, grab a darker color, and I just want to shade this in. I normally would use the harder lines of my paint, which I still can, but that's going to let me see the lighting aspects. And I know right now this doesn't seem terribly autumnal, but give me time to get there. I want to sharpen up this line just a bit. There we go. Now I can come back to my blur tool. Try the blur. I usually use the black. Yeah, the blur's a little too powerful. Start with normally. There we are. This is way too big though. I want control. There we are. I can just pull the lines down. I want my old-fashioned blending tool. Pull it down to 20 though. I want control. There we are. And a lot of it is just playing with the tools to get the effect you want. But the only way you're going to learn is by attempting wonderful things. Difference is creative mind. You have great creative mind. Why, thank you, Robin. I tried. Now, just going to spread this down. And I like seeing where the paint goes. Because a lot of art, you have to surrender to the project. There we are. Got that. Now we're going to add another layer. Get back to our nice, and I have my favorite tools here. And I love my thick oil brush. Get this medium. It's kind of a chocolate. It's an a brown 3. Put a little fill here. Like so. And I'm just going to lightly fill it in. When I'm doing a project like this, I don't mind the paint stroke lines because they give it more personality. Now, it seems vacant. Normally I would have back behind it if I was going to leave this much. But we're going to grab our... What we want is I don't want to have to make it. Grab it's awful light, but we'll see. We're going to grab our paintbrush. We have a paintbrush. It feels a little thick. I'm actually going to drop down, which I rarely do, to a 10. And we're going to just sharp cut in some light tree shapes. Now, I like to think of drawing trees a lot like drawing a river, okay? But you start with you figure out where it's going. And then you start with the tributaries and just thicker in. Now, a lot of this is going to get covered, and that's okay. But it gives it that narrowing. And that's how I found I can get the finer branches I had trouble with. Do this. Do another one. Pull that in. Get that out. Now I know I've got lots of gaps on this layer. That's fine. So come here with this darker. And I'm going to start cutting in. And now I'm not using the blend tool. Any blending I do, I really want to do with just actual color and pressure. Hit the underside, maybe cut in a couple more darker ones. And that's giving you different branches. And this is great because I know people will probably pop back in to see what's going on and realize that the gears have switched and I've swapped shows around. Now, we have two real approaches we can do for adding the leaves to these guys. I'm just going to use this dark to add a few minor dudes in the background. And I'm going to add another layer. Not that I need it. Normally I would do this on the same layer. But because I want you guys to see it. How big is that brush? Nice 70. We'll start with the yellow. That sound good? Yes. I like the pointillism brush for trees. It gives them a nice fuzz. And I can, of course, do this manually. It just takes a lot of time. So I'm going to come over here. It's a shame Kat Rothamel's not around. She'd have a blast watching this show. But I'm going to pull this down quite a bit. And again, instead of the blending technique, I'm using color theory. So I'm switching to an orange, and I'm just going right under the base of these where there's more shade. It's like, oh, you're filling it up. You bet I am. I am definitely filling this up. I love these slightly flamey looking trees. And it just gives that sudden sense of shrubbery that's just padding its way in. And I think it needs a little red or pink. So we're going to do that with it. Let's see. Robin says, come over here. Make the font a little easier to read on the comment. There we go. The way you do trees reminds me of a painting my parents had all my life. It's just a giant tree in the field. I've loved it forever. Well, I'm so glad. Because art should be evocative. It should bring back happy memories or sad memories. I want to do this, and I'm using the red to just sort of litter the ground a little bit more. And just a hint down here. I think it might need another tree. I'm not sure. There's the mountain could use. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Ha! Silly me. I'm going to add another layer. And see, I like to use what I call the bunraku method, which bunraku is this really neat form of paper theater that's Japanese, where they layer images. But by using the layers and building on them, you get this sense of depth. And now we're going to, we're right up front. And I'm going to start with a very light, wrong brush. I love the pointless brush, but not for this. At least not yet. Get back to my thick oil pen. And I'm going to just cut in a big shape. Big shape like this. Okay. I'm going to cut the branch out. Because I need to figure out the rough shape I want to do. This. And it's the same method, but in reverse, because I have a little more control at the side to do these nice trees out here. And I'm going to go much larger because I just want to cut the tree in a bit. Get the shade. I'm leaving a little bit of white at the edge. That's on purpose, or hollow in this case, because that's going to remind me where the shapes start, and I'll go to more controlled brush for this. Because this is going to take a lot of detailing. Oops, hit the wrong button. Now it's going to want to save. It'll take a second. There we go. My recovery. Okay, there we go. And we're just gonna follow the flow of the branch out. And I know this is very light and kind of sticking out maybe more than we want. Give it a minute, because now we're going to come over here, and with a nice light base, I can work right over it. I can darken it however I need. And I could kind of cut in the layers. Which I'd be leaving those spots for tracking things. And again, I don't quite go for accuracy. And I don't know if this counts as impressionism, although that's certainly an aspect of it. I like to draw what I feel about it as much as what I see. So it sort of hybrids into there. Again, this is one of those I wish my dear friend Kat Rothenmel were here, because she's an art teacher and she could help me straighten up that terminology out. But with this lighter pen, I can continue to add branches and keep it interesting. And I'm leaving this big space for the actual logo for the, so I can put Nevermind the Furthermore, because this is what I usually do on weekends. But if I do this now, I won't be worried about the weekend. Again, darker on the edges. This is very close to the same methodology I use when I am cartooning, which will be the next piece. Since I've settled down and since Little Man seems to be sleeping in, this may become a truly lengthy live stream indeed. And if people come back and chat, that's fine. I'm happy to have an old friend in the chat to talk about the art with or anything else on her mind. And anything else on yours if you are one of the people who may be lurking. And if you're watching this on Twitter and you can't comment, please hop on over to YouTube. I love the company, and if you're enjoying this, of course, please like, share, and subscribe. But now, if I need a break because I'm on this mode, I can, do something else. I might even be able to learn that. But now let's do this. Now I have to make a decision, so I'm going to add a new layer and see if I want to go and keep with the pointillism, or what the heck I want to do today. I was going to do some individual leaves, but I'm really kind of loving what this pointillism of this red, what is it, Japanese maple kind of dude is generating. Now, a lot of times when I'm drawing, I do more beachy looking trees. That doesn't even make sense. That's okay, it doesn't have to make sense. It just has to feel good. It's art, baby. Now, we'll come over here. We'll add some lighter lead throughs. Like that. There we go. And that slight mottled look will come through ever so nicely. I quite like this one, guys. What do you think? And you love the perspective has evolved. The sense of direction with how large the tree is versus the mountain. That's the idea. It's staggering it all back and out. There we go. I think I'm going to put just a little bit of this and get back that natural, the bright red, just here to give you that. I like this. I like this as a composition. I like this as a feeling. And because it does have a distinct goal, this space makes sense. So what I'm going to do then is just sign off on it. And this is what I do on our time limit. And I usually do this on Saturdays. But like I said, since I have time and since Little Man. Oh, you think the tree could use some green moss lichen? That you're not wrong. Let's see. Well, let's see. Because that's why the undo button. I want to use the pointillism for the lichen or not. I don't think I do. My sprayer. I'm just going to pull that down. Because lichen, I know it's a little bright, but don't worry, I'm going to make it. Hold on. Out. Do I like it? No, that's not quite doing the effect I want. So let's should have done this on an extra layer. Oh, I know how to fix this. I need my blur, blend, and I need a very controlled one. And do this. There we go. Just needs to be softened because that'll give it that natural spread just a bit. That way it's more hard because the innate pops were a little too hard. There we go. A little bit like it. There we go. That one was because it was requested by the chat. And we will file. Save this. Save as. Oh. I think it could be typo. That's okay. I'm not worried about spelling, just that I can find it. Landscape now with 20% more like it. Yeah, I'm helping. Yep. Now that that's saved there, waiting for file. Oh, you get to help on the next one a whole lot. And I know and folks, don't hesitate to be, to speak up. You're more than welcome to talk. And what I have to do, so you can see how I do this, we export single layer in Ping. And I will deal with the typo because I know I did spell that right. Okay. And this one, I show you guys the steps every time so that you can see how I do stuff. Because the next one will be cartoony. You guys like the more cartoony stuff. But this is how I get my artistic juices flowing. And time lapse. Sorry for the quiet. My system makes my voice gargly when I'm doing time lapse. But we happily switched over to art time with Nick, and I'm good with that. That will say art time lapse. Boom, that gets saved. I'm doing something I'm going to need in the background later. There we go. Oh, the next one will be more topical. Give me just one more moment because I need to come over here. I have to do this because what we are doing is we are actually setting up for next week's program. And the This just frees me up for my weekend. This. And we export single layer PNG. Let's see, today's the 4th, 6th, Sunday will be the 6th is Friday, Sunday will be the 8th, so that should be the 9th. So NTF 10/9/23. And if my date's wrong, that's fine. It's just enough to get me set up. We say okay. And we double check. And now we have that done. So file. New. Okay. Now I have had a wonderful, now this is going to say, it's been changed, don't say. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I have been given a wonderful term that's been floated around. Why is my net so bad? Hold on. That should fix that. Maybe? And that term that was floated around to me was, I believe, Elven. What was it? I gotta look. I want to make sure I use this right. It's way up here. Witchy elf mom. Okay, so we need to do a witchy elf mom. So first I'm going to need my drawing pen. I think I'm staying in Zero. I'm going to go blue with this. And we want a witchy elf mom. Right? Does that sound good to y'all? A witchy elf mom. Okay, so witchy elf mom's going to need face, obviously. And we're just going to set the construction lines in. Construction lines are definitely good. And then we're going to start with the, let's just construct this in. And we'll do this line here, drop a shoulder. Drop another shoulder over here. Should be a little high with that hose, that's fine. And then we'll add some silhouette line real quick. And I'm just sketching right now. I'm not going full because I'm in the blues. I'm allowed. Throw her ear out because it's elf. So we can go ear, here. And she needs, the witchy aspect, so she definitely needs the hat. I'm trying to decide if she's going to be a green elf or not, but give her the, what was that? Not Lobelia, LaFleur kind of. There we are. Throw that there. And we'll sketch this, and then we'll start adding the details. Because witchy elf mom, which, boy, do I love the term witchy elf mom. She needs a little hat band. We'll figure out what makes her momish, but pull her hair. Witchy elf mom's definitely got curly hair, don't you think? I think witchy elf mom has curly hair. And a lot of them. So witchy elf mom's got curly hair. It's just going to come down like so. And we'll pull some curly hair. I love curly hair because it's fun to draw. Straight hair is fun to draw too, but there's something about the flame-like energy of she's looking up a little bit because you've grown so much. Start to shine about proper. This will be witchy elf mom. I don't want to be too photorealistic because, that's not entirely my style, but and I don't have to go too detailed now. Now we have to do, has to be off the shoulder. Now I'm partially getting, not Vespera. I was partially getting Elphaba vibe, like Witchy Elf Mom plus Happy Elphaba. Oh yes, there has to be food. I'm trying to figure out what's going to, but we're definitely doing the Witchy Elf Mom here, and this is like, I am a sucker for that off the shoulder, folded over cuddle sweater. This. Oops, I grabbed the white accidentally. Very good. And I am a sucker for multiple earrings on character. We'll go Witchy Elf Mom. This. Picture here. It has to be a stylish picture. Some of those, I think they're called hot cross buns. Some of those on this little platter here. Just like snackos for the day. So this is definitely, even though it's in, I'm also a sucker for hot beverages in a clear container. I think that just always looks good. I can add some levitation lines. I don't know how magic-y I want it to look. I kind of like the subtle magiciness, but I can't do Ghibli food. I wish I could, but that looks like a good start for a comment I just received. So we'll add a layer. Oh yes, absolutely needs a hot chocolate. Oh, I know what I forgot. It's that perfect shape mug. That very innkeepery mug. And I'll put one on the. Maybe I won't put one. I'll put the other mug over here so it sort of balances out. I'll come back. This is just the blues, nothing specific, but I accidentally did that on the black layer, so we'll just merge that down to one so I can keep track, and we'll grab our black mugs. Got to have mugs, and I'll straighten those out in a bit because now we're actually in business here. Zoom in a little bit, make my life just a touch easier. And folks, please like, share, and subscribe because you're getting a special twofer that I don't normally do. Because I think Xander needs to sleep. He needs a nap today. I need to draw a witchy elf mom. little bit. I like the idea that she's slightly concerned that you're not eating enough. Which is what you want. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to pull the opacity on the blues down just a bit, if it lets me. That's just that's better. I can still see the lines clearly, but I can see what I'm doing better. Oh, wrong there. There we go. That. Oh. And we're just gonna. And Nick, you're not following your lines. No, I really do. I get enough line blues to get the idea, and then I decide if I like it, what the blues are saying, or if it evolves differently. Because there's always evolution, folks. I like to show my processes. One of these days, in the very near future, I'm going to show you guys how I design a game account. And for role-playing games, because I have a lot of work I have to do on through. Not through the thing, but I'm so used to promoting that book. Dusk Falls of a Ravenflood Porch. We're just going to get good. Do I like that? That one's a little off, but I can't go through it. This. Put my lips just a bit. Oh yeah, Witchy Elf Mom definitely has that look of she loves you, but she is definitely worried you're not eating enough. Hence the here, dearie. Let me get you some hot chocolate. I'm sure I can conjure you up something that'll feel better. And you know there's always like something special in the hot chocolate. But, you know, with the Witchy Elf Mom, so you don't ask questions, you simply nod and obey. So that's the nature of the Witchy Elf Mom. The lines are thought suggestions, yeah. Sometimes the blues are things that I'll get perfect and I want to follow them in every detail. A lot of times it's getting enough of a rough that I can read when I revisit it. It's I almost forgot. Witchy Elf Mom, dangle the rings from always. I have this policy that elves have a lot more ear space, so they're more likely to have multiple piercings. I don't know why, it's just an elven culture headcanon I have. You feel free to disagree with your elves. I mean, however you guys want your elves to be. But this is, you know, when somebody says Witchy Elf Mom, this is basically what comes to my mind. This, we'll put the shoulder in like that. And this has to go much farther because I really want to indicate the thickness of the comfy but incredibly feminine Elf Mom sweater. I think she's wearing like one of those sweater vest things. when Linnea does her fashion dress, she just lands all over the place until she has what she wants. Absolutely. I don't usually get that sketchy. It's usually I'm a very hard critic of myself, so what I'll do is I will put the lines in, fully knowing that in about 30 seconds I'm going to hate them. But when I hate them, I'll go, no, that's not right. And I'll know why it's not right. And by freeing myself, Mark Kistler, I said, you have a license to flop, a license to fail, a license to make a mistake. And I learned so much of him at key points in my youth. I just got, allured with the glory that is anime. And it affected a lot of my aesthetic, but a lot of my technique still ties to Mark Kistler, which is somebody people, once that movie comes out, people are going to talk about a lot more. Now we have to get the hat. It has to be long, very swoopy lines, which are actually quite challenging because you have to get swoopy lines right. You can't do them from your wrist. They have to pull in a shoulder or an elbow at least to get, or else they won't founder like that line did. I like that. Yeah. Nope. Lag. Give me a second. There we are. I definitely want that up. I want to come over here. We'll do this. Oh, your elves always have a formal dress with lots of ornamentation. I understand that. And I do love to have my elves have very much a deliberate sense of style. I think we're going to add the moon logo to her hat, just kind of subtly like so in the band. Because, I want to keep some of the witchier vibes. And like I said, this is a character that I am building up from a phrase that I may tinker with as time goes by. But I have good inspiration. And good inspiration lets me do good art. Okay. Now, what'll have to happen is I'll have to do the zoom out and squint and decide if I really like what's going on. I did really like the way I freehanded this jug. I like this jug. It looks very easy to hold. I like that in a jug. A little bit of this action. This. Shine on both like so. It's not going to look super transparent, but it'll look clear enough to prove my point. Put the mug over here. Very much the simple handmade crockery kind of feeling in it. That looks a little off, but fits so nice in hand. And I just try to imitate it in run fairs, but rarely do they get it right. Some hot cross buns. This one. And I don't know why I felt the need to do these buns this way, but I kind of like them, so we'll do that. Moon. Yes. moon. We'll put the other mug here. It's on the other side. So that when this little tray arrives where it's supposed to go, that adds some thick depth to the tray. Depth of the tray. Had her arm from tray today. I hope she's doing well. Well, she's working midnights, so or swing shifts or something. Night watch. And then I'm going to do a better statement. That's a little shaky this morning because of the meds have been all kicked in yet. It takes it a few hours to come online. Or it's shaking from no, not levitate, shaking, but moving from the levitation lines. Let's zoom out and see what we got going on. Let me, yep, I've got tool control today. That's always nice. Now, we've done this. Let's hide the blues. Oh, quite delightful. Come back here. We can go up to 10 with the brush, and I'm just going to do a little out of line work. I like to do this because it makes the pitch pop. And then I may just do a full color since most people here got this very subtle moon logo. You know what? Let's give her the classic choker too. I have a weakness for those. I did it freely. Get this on. Doing it this way serves a couple purposes. It makes the character pop just a bit more, and it acts as a sealant for when I do other layer color fills. Also helps keep the more delicate parts seeming delicate. I am going to sneak in here and do a little heavy black shading. Not a lot of it, but I will do just a pinch of it because that'll look good when it's layered with my other shading techniques that come momentarily. But as a chat request image with no prep whatsoever, not bad. If I do say so myself, which I do. The other nice thing about the 10 versus some of the others I do, I want to revisit and do an alt version of her. She's already just becoming one of those characters. Okay, but I can almost line as gently if I'm very careful as I can with a 7. It's only a little heavier. A very light 10 feels like a very heavy 7. So it lets me do some things. There we go. We are here. And I want her to, like I said, she's got that. There we go. Next layer, now we are in the realm of multiplies, and we're going to do one of my favorite tricks, which is I'm grabbing a 20, I'm grabbing a gray 30%, which is right here. And I'm going to use that for the primary shading. So I'm going to grab the fill, refer to other layers. I know I'm going to have to fix it, but this does save me a world of time. And now I can go here. I think she's going to get a few of my tricks. I'm liking this image, so I'm going to pull out a few bits of extra work I don't usually do. And yes, I know this is a Hollywood bust, but I didn't draw any hands. I know I will hear about it from a few people, but that's okay. I don't mind. Because one, they're absolutely right. Now I have limited time, so I have to do some things to make my life a little easier. Such as doing the shading first. Why am I doing this kind of linear shading first? Because, let's see, there's a little bit on the right there. Oh. Okay, now grab my eraser and I'm going to trim some of this down. Shading wise, I like to shape it, give it some solidarity. See how by allowing it to swoop, it keeps it more natural. There we go. And we're going to come back over here because I still have to shade the other aspect of this, which is going to be this part here. Hot cross bonds get shaded. That whole part gets shaded. There we go. Now we're going to add the flat colors, and we will just grab a nice skin tone to keep her pale today. Oh no, I made a mistake. Whatever am I going to do? I'm coloring all over it. Come over here and use my multiply layer and see. That gives me the Scooby-Doo. The Scooby-Doo is where you accidentally skin color the sclera of the eyes. I'm not making that mistake. But mossy greens and dark purples, probably. That could certainly work. Once I get the skin tones in, I was about to ask about that. How do we want to do it? Because I still have her base colors to do. Okay, I'm going to do this because I've been told, no, that's light green, that I don't do enough blondes. I draw too many redheads. So again, I will start with, and I know this looks like a very yellow for a blonde. It's not the most natural blonde color. Give me time. There will be wonders that yet prevail. Okay. Wonders will be found. It just takes a minute. Because the mix between blonde really tricky, and that's not what I want to do. Brown shading. No, I know it's wrong. I need to do this on another layer. There we go. I'm going to add another layer, and yes, I'm going to do this for the bones as a base color. I know. It's not multiplied yet. Sometimes I like to do this just because it lets me see that my colors are what they're supposed to be. And it's a neat bit of a magic trick because it looks blobby and weird while I'm pulling in. And then I just go simplicity. The eyes are hard. Well, you know what? She can be a slightly more Nordic looking. Go right back here. So I want to keep most. I'm working on this layer, and I realized I made some mistakes. I'm going to fix it real quick. There we go. Back here, that brown I was looking for. Really like how it's going to have a little depth of shading. Make it come on. Allows for highlights. And there will be, there we go. That's an interesting spread. Coppery blonde, trying for it. It's, I may actually have to go full landscape to do coppery blonde. And like I said, I'm trying to improve and bring my styles together. So if I come over here and I grab my blend tool, wait, Nick, your blend tool, I can get subtle variation where it's not quite red, but it's not quite long. There we are. Just, whoop, overdid that. Way overdid that. There we go. Light. So far. I see there's a shade bit I have to fix. That's okay. But I like that. I like what we're seeing here. And I like the very, there we go. Surprise, pulled that out of nowhere. And I realized I made a mistake again. So I'm going to come back over to the skin layer. Good. Go on the skin layer. Darken that out. Just, oh, use the right technique. There. Couldn't see it. There. Now, we're making this one a multiply. And okay, I have to go because mossy greens and dark purples. Oh, I have to do some lip color. Actually, lip color will be one of the last things I do because her makeup has to fit her outfit. I'm thinking, we'll start with this. And I think I'm going to save a bit of time by using the fill tool again. Just like this. Sorry, I had to pause for a sec. Mossy greens and dark purples. And we'll go. Yes, I think that will work quite nice. And I'm going to have to obviously pull my pen out and do some work, but we'll give it. This is more, how is it going to look color-wise? That's not bad. There's a lot of work to do. I know. It's not over yet. Oh, okay. If you have to go mute for a meeting, that happens. I can fully work the colors on this. Then, I'll use the same kind of color methodology I was using since she has to be, fairly quiet. I'm going to use the same color methodology as I was using earlier since we're playing today. So we're going to go here, we're going to go darker purple here. Just pull that in, and here. Make this whole lower piece darker. It's almost blue. But not right. That gives, I like that. We'll hit our blend again. Where's our blend? And see, this is a fun picture. We'll just do this, we'll blend it in. That, see, that lets me play with the lighting a little bit. Run that in just to pull that down. Use that around, see. There we go. The blend tool is so much fun. Now, take our spring. Oh, that is the wrong brush. Do that. Do that to a much more manageable size. Like so. So I want to work on just the coloring a bit. You guys don't mind. Obviously, no one minds because I still need to get the lip color right. Actually, I kind of like this color. I may just use this color. Let's see how that looks. Look, yep, that works actually surprisingly well. We'll do that for the because it matches our natural shading. We'll go back to the layer. Just had a little sun. Anybody with fair skin just walking around like this probably has seen some sun. Let's get my blender. Again. Thank you guys for indulging me today. I'm having a lot of fun, and I don't usually get to do this on the show, but since little man is napping a bit and I have a chance to work on some things, I think I'll just calmly, if you don't mind, work on some things. Now I need to come back here. I need my fill tool. Hello, fill tool. Fix that. Now, what else does this need as we are doing this image? There's a point there. A little bit darker green. I can go darker because, well, this is the darkest one. I'm going to grab this. And I'm going to do this nice hard line that I'm going to use the blend tool to pull these shadows out a little farther before I do the ultimate shadow trick. What, you thought I was done? No. When I'm taking my time, lots of strange things happen. And we're going to go here. And the blend tools come out. I'm just going to blend these together. This soft, oh, what? I've got some of that. I have a piece I have to fix. No, she isn't ignoring. No. Let's get the red. Actually, let's get a nice gold color. A bit of gold there. That can't be gold. That has to be silver. It's moon related. So we'll add an extra right there. There we go. And we'll come over here and just add this other color here. And a little dark brown on the edges. Biscuits. Now, we can add another layer. This one's going to confuse you guys for a minute. But we can go Gray 15. Hit the fill. I'm just going to fill the whole layer. Everything's going to go away. Oh no! Multiply. Now, Nick, you grayed it out. Why? Because our buddy the eraser tool is going to come out. And I'm going to start playing with the painting. Now, do I want to hard lighting or something? It's a little too good. Let back in. Let back in. See, it was a 25 now. Let's do this. This has to be lighter. First must be lighter. Play with it a bit. I think we're going to light up most of the face for this purpose. Yes. A little bit there. I'm going to have to fix that line. I'll fix that line. That shadow. Just going on. And just have some fun with this. It's been a while since I've really cut this like this, guys. I appreciate the opportunity. This gets this. That does look good. Now I want some bones. That was a fun one. Oh. Shit. I'm gonna add one more layer. Shape there. Move this over to the full thing. Right here. I'm gonna do this because I like the framing aspect. And I could try to juggle it around and figure out where it needs to be, fix it in layers and all that. And feel free to do that. But while you're figuring that out, I'm just going to erase out where it crosses over the image, because I find this to be the easiest way to fix it. So we're going to do this. There we go. I think that one came out pretty good. Oh, you like that? I'm glad. I am so glad. I'm going to come here. Do this. This line down here. And I'll do at least one more. Then if I draw this weekend, it'll be a freebie. Because we're going to do this file. Save as. I think this one has to be called Witchy. Elf Mom. I had a lot of fun playing with it. I got to use some on mine more. Yes, cats, I'm going to come out and feed you guys. Down, Stuart. You can't come in. And they're confused because I'm running real late for them. And we're going to do this. Now, all my time lapses end up in a playlist where you can just watch the pictures draw themselves. My son likes to watch the pictures draw themselves. Oh, speaking of, it sounds like he's awake. So let this just do its export thing. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're enjoying this. And while you guys can't see it, you want to get up every half hour or so. So we're doing a yes, Stuart. I know he's up. Yes. No, you can't come in. No, you can't come into my study. You'll knock things over. So let's set up. I did not do the PNG. So we'll come over here and we'll fix that. We'll say, okay. And now we'll come over here, go in red. Put it up there, and I'll move things around later. I know I have to fix this part, but that. Move that so it stays put and do the export like I always do. Oh, hi, Dark Moon. Wow, we are really crossing the streams. Yeah, I was doing my regular Wednesday show, but nobody's following. That no one's. Normally, I stop my show short, so I turned it to a draw stream, which happens sometimes. And I got horribly distracted. And we're going to go NTF 10, 11, 23. And again, if I have my dates wrong, I'll fix that when I set the other thing up. But that way, I have one more to do, at least. Because here I'm banging. That will close this. Do not save. Alrighty. We have one more which I want to at least knock out. Anybody got a let's see, what should we do? Give me a Halloween horror monster creature. Give me a creature. Give me something traditional for Halloween that you guys want. Okay? So I'll watch the chat to see who wants what. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this because you're getting a sample of a lot of what I do today. And I will just go into the blue. So I'm waiting. And I'm checking my DMs to see. Shadow Spider. Shadow Spider. Okay. Okay. Shadow Spider. Okay. I think I know how I want to do this. Give me just make my come back out. Because, of course, you said draw shadow spiders. The first thing I'm drawing is a candle. So bear with me. This, that. Because I want to figure out my concept. Chill. This. So many options. I picked the first one. Oh god, the Wild Hunt. The Wild Hunt and I have enough history as is. This was not what I was expecting to draw, but I kind of like it. So we can do this. A little bit of guideline, just to get some construction. Yes, Stuart. No. I like that. That's. Oh. I'm sorry your daughter's having a problem. Now, I like that. I just need to up the scale a bit for it to make sense. So we'll take our magic. You guys are going to get some real educations out of this. You're going to see how I do all sorts of things. Point. And we'll expand that. Move that there. And we'll just expand it. Haha! Got it in one. Perfect. Select. No, deselect. I'll just select my pen back. We'll just put a little more detail in every aspect of this. Now you won't get the guidelines, but they won't be necessary. See, I love when I get comments like shadows, but I can play with them. I'm sorry if this is vaguely predictable, but I know. Look, I'm almost done. This is the last. Don't scratch my door. I know, Stuart. Sorry, my orange cat wants to come in. I'm sorry. It can be hard. Humor can accidentally trigger a kid. I certainly know that. But my hands are a little shaky today because I had some no problems last night. I missed my evenings for a couple hours. I mean, all that means it's going to be a little fandangle today. I couldn't resist just hiding, putting a little doodly looking statue in here. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be adequately menacing and insanity breaking. So, yeah, it's a little rickety, but I can fix that. Let's hide the blues. Oh, that is much better than I thought it was. Great lighting test to try to get this right, but oh, let's see. I do hope she's okay. This will be the muted production. I don't want to do this. I have to think of it. This is a tricky one. And yeah, I can come and add detail in a bit. I hate this line right there. I despise that line. Yeah, I despise it, so let's get rid of it. We've had like every cardinal sin line could have. And that's the wrong color. I hate that line less than I hate this. There we go. Grab one color to come up. It's stupid. Since the new cat stole part of my breakfast, I will have to eat something after. Stop. Look on this little bit of Parsons table. Morning, bud. I'm doing an art stream. Oh, those are all on marker. Angle. There we go. That's much better. Now, we're going to have to come over here. Hi, bud. I'm with Phil. Oh, wait, wrong color. We're going to go straight to that 15 fill I did earlier. Nice. And then we're going to use this filler for the about 60. Let's see if I can get most of this color along. Oh, not too far. Edit there. You know what? We're almost to something. Let's just undo this again. I think there we go. Gray. Add another layer. So let's have to figure out how I want to do this. Another multiply layer. Use my pen, because I saw where things went wrong. And I'm going to go back to my Milli pen. And we're going to go here. Here. After I'm done with this picture, I'll come out, bud. Go get your Mountain Dew. Well, actually, feed the chickens and then get your Mountain Dew. Sorry, going through the normal routines of my household. I like this because, one, I'm a tremendous arachnophobe, and I've gotten much better about it only after years of very, very hard work. But this is very much what arachnophobia feels like. And I do love, being able to explore parts of myself in art that might help somebody else. Actually, I really like how this picture is coming. So what we're going to do, this is going to be one of those that has very subtle and deliberate color. I think this is going to be, yes. Yep. this is going to be a lightning test. Like this. Doesn't have to be the only light on. This is Halloween. This is. Whew, I like this. This gives me that little chill. I need my eraser to spread that away a little bit. Fix that little patch that I just scored. Oh, okay. Oops. That's one of those happy mistakes that made me think of something. So let's just do that. That gives me secondary lighting. It's really doing something weird. Oh, I know what's wrong. It was factoring in the gray that's already there. So we'll do this. And we'll do this. This whole front piece is getting orange. And what we're going to do is come back here to that light gray I did. My eraser. I'm going to do this. This. I'm going to highlight places that are closest to the candle, like so. And this will be the last image of the day, definitely, because if Sanders out tinkering around, I will be out. Well, I'm hoping you guys are enjoying this, especially the two folks who stuck around. This was a great prompt, and not that the other prompts weren't good. Elkhart. But oops, I'll do that. I messed it. Hold on. That. There's your return on the light. There's still some mistakes, but I'll take it. I think for Shadow Spider, that is just about perfect. My eraser, what size am I? That's way too big. This. Ooh. Mandy would freak if she saw this. White line. Always. And since this seems like it's in theme with the other piece somehow, we'll do that. Give it that nice storybook almost boxing. We will call it in a moment. Like so. Jeez. You know, it's a good picture when it scares the pants off of me. So, what I'm going to do now, since this is a fun one, I'm just going to come down to this light layer. I'm going to grab my pen, slide it somewhere down here. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Is it great? And we will save file, save as Shadow Spider. Yes. that in a moment. We can go through, guys. We're winding down now. Okay. And we're going to go. Export time-lapse. Shadow Spider. Sorry, my phone is buzzing at me because most people know that I've done time-lapse. The world does not like to let me get off my schedule. And then we will go here. Go here. And of course, we shall never mind the furthermore. And we'll move that. Again, I like that right up in the corner right there. That looks good. Put that down. Put that down again so it stays. Come over here, File. Export single layer. Export single layer. PNG. And we're going to call this NTF 1013. Yes, because that is Friday the 13th. I am doing everything right. 23. And I'm looking for Friday the 13th to be fun, so that's a good picture for it. Boom. Now I can set up next week's as I need to. And I won't have to spend a lot of time on it. I just have to wait because it only lets me set them up about a week in advance. And we will, with that, guys, wow, okay. Let's close this up. Do not save that. I'm going to. Oh, I'm here still, friends. Here we go. Well, friends, this has been an exciting Happy Hump Day. We did a full Nevermind the Furthermore. We have done a full art time with Nick. Let's just go back to. And Xander and Dusty are meowing at me. As just meow. I know, as Stuart has been. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little mashup episode. Looks like we got 3 of you still watching. Please, if you enjoyed that all, hit like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to check out my books, including my latest horror, through the published horror, Through the Thinning Veil. Anthology of 7 short stories to keep you up at night. And friends, I will be back Friday on this channel for another episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. And I will be back on my sister channel, the Historical Fencing Guild, for the Historical Fencing Guild's live stream. If you are watching this, November 4th, 2023, or close enough, the next episode will be a Cursed Armor review where my dear viewers have sent me images of armor that I will blind react to and suffer for your amusement at 8 p.m. Friday night. That's 8 p.m. Friday the 6th. With that, guys, keep creating, keep drawing, keep making what you love, because you can always edit it, you can always improve it, but you can't edit a blank page. I love you, and so should you. Toodles all.